is Hebrews 11:11. Through faith also Sarah herself received strength to conceive seed and was delivered of a child when she passed age, because she judged him faithful who had promised, because the Lord promised that she would conceive seed, which is Isaac. You see what I'm saying? So that's what happened. You know what I mean? I mean, there was a point where Sarah was like, I'm old, you know, I'm old. How can I conceive seed? But Sarah had faith, right? Sarah had no choice but to have faith in the Lord, and basically she brought through Isaac, right? So the works of the Lord and everything that you do has to be based on faith.
So that's an example there that you're gonna have righteous women in the earth, man.
Yep.
That are going to be delivered. All right. And you know.
That's right.
Can I ask you a question?
Go on.
Is this supposed to be like
Hebrew Israelites?
Yeah. Do you have like
Like leaflets or something?
do you have like any location in? Are you located in Tottenham Hale area?
Well, basically, the only way you're gonna meet us, right, is if we're on the streets. We don't have no church or nothing like that.
You're not on any buildings?
No, this is it. This is the foundation. You know, does the scriptures say that the Most High dwelleth not in temples built with hands? See, so where the Most High is, he's basically with the prophets that's outside. You see? So if you want to get this truth or whatever, you got to come on the streets.
Oh, so you don't have a meeting place?
Now we don't deal with that. Nah. The meeting's here, man. You know?
That's right. That's right.
So how do you say to someone who says that the Jews that are in Israel, they are the true Jews?
You're talking about the white Jews, right? No, they're not the real Jews.
So how do they come by being Jews?
Well, basically what happened is there was a guy named Kagan Bullen, and this was going back, I believe the 8th century, I believe.
Yeah, before you go in your bag.
Yeah.
In your bag, you wanna go and get.
Yeah, so this guy right here, what he did was, because his people, because the people that's calling themselves Jews now, right? They come from the Khazarian Empire. They come from South Georgia, Russia. In the beginning, right? These people, there was in like the Caucasus Mountains, basically, like living inside mountains and that. And when you read I don't know what page it is. I forgot what page it is. I haven't read this book in a long time. But in this page, yeah, this is the Coastler, the 13th tribe.
Yeah, so.
But basically, the people that's calling themselves Jews.
So if I may interrupt, if I can interrupt.
Yeah, go on. Say what you're gonna say.
It says the 13th tribe.
Yes.
There's only 12 tribes.
Right.
So it's saying if the so-called white man is the real Jew, then there must be a 13th tribe.
Yeah. That's right.
Because this man here, he found out he wasn't a Jew.
Yep.
He's a so-called white man who claims himself to be the Jew.
Out the coastler, baby.
But he found out that he's not the Jew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why he wrote this book.
Yeah.
And I think shortly after, they killed him.
Does it matter?
No,
I mean,
it
what's
does
the
matter.
significance of actually, because I know the Bible says that one of the signs of the return of Christ is that Jews will go back to.
But you know what? He was talking
We gotta find out who those Jews are, man.
But yeah, you know what? But basically, back to the point being, on the coastler now, this guy here, he got these people in the Caucasus Mountains in South Georgia, Russia, right? And basically, what happened is he went shopping for a religion. Kagan Bullen. And like he wanted to set his people to be Muslims, or they can be like following the ways of Judaism or whatever. That's what they call it, or something else. But he picked the way of the Jews because he wanted to clean his people up and set them to be like leaders of the whole earth, so to speak.
Meaning they're not the real Jews.
But they're not the real Jews. Because in order for you to be the real Jew, you have to be a Jew by nationality, by blood.
Yeah.
You see? And it also tells you in a Jewish almanac, right, that they know that they're not the Jews. Like when you read the almanacs, they tell you like, you know, we're not a descendant of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
The ones that God was referring to, or Jesus is referring to, when he says, I know you, you're Satan of the synagogue?
Yeah, get that.
Yeah, I can get that. Revelations 2 and 9.
So would they be the ones he was referring to?
Well, really, he was talking about the scribes and Pharisees, but in a sense, that can be referred to them as well, because it's always prophecy in it. So, this is Revelations, right? 2 and 9. I know thy works and tribulation and poverty. So wait a minute. So what people are in poverty now? Because the so-called Jews, right?
Yeah.
They run everything, man.
Yeah.
They run that bank over there. They run all the major corporate companies.
Yeah.
So how are they going through tribulation and being in poverty?
Exactly. Yeah.
So basically, when you read the scriptures, it tells you that also that Yahweh Shah, he was from the tribe of Judah. And when you read Jeremiah 14:2, it tells you that Judah mourneth and the gates are languish.
Yeah.
But they are black unto the ground. You see that?
Yes. Yes.
So it says, back on Revelations 2:9, it says, I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. How are we rich? How are we rich? Because we were the only ones to receive the services and the covenants of the Lord. When you read Psalms 144, 147 and 19, that he have dealt not so with the heathen, but he only dealt so with the nation of Israel. So that's why we're rich. So it goes to say,
So how can we be physically rich if we're poor?
right, it's parabolic, it's spiritual.
So we're rich because we got this knowledge. This knowledge was given to us.
Right.
That's what's making us rich. Right? That's the true riches.
Yeah.
There's wisdom and knowledge and understanding.
That's right, that's right. So it says, I know thy works in tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich.
Read louder though.
And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogues of Satan.
Exactly.
See? And plus, they do be in the synagogues and all of that. You know?
Yeah.
And what goes to prove that they are Satan is because the rulers, the elites that run the society, they are so-called Jews, but the way they govern the society is in a satanic fashion. You see?
Yeah.
And that's why you got young people wearing different type of clothing. You got, girls like putting different color in their hair. Where they get that from?
Yeah.
The propaganda.
It is, yeah.
So it all goes back to the so-called Jews.
Yes.
You see?
Yes.
But they're also known as Amalekite in the scriptures too. But the point being is these people on the side, these are the real Jews, man. You got Judah, which is the American Negro, Benjamin, the West Indians, Lawyer, which is the Haitians, and Simeon, which is the Dominicans, and Asher, right, which is the Colombians, the Uruguay.
But surely there are lots of white
they're the people
who live in Colombia and who live in Uruguay. Are you talking about the original Colombians?
Right.
The original
indigenous
Uruguay?
people.
The indigenous, okay.
Right, that's what I'm talking about. They're the tribes.
Yeah. Because Argentina is where a lot of the Nazis went to hide and live. Yeah?
I didn't know that.
Yes, that's where lots of you talk about, for example, Chile. That's where that guy who was actually who sought refuge from Margaret Thatcher, that white guy who massacred so many people in Chile, and a lot of them from areas like Germany, etc. When they murdered so many different so-called Jews.
Right.
Yeah, and that's where they hid.
Yo, continue though, man. We can't change up the spirit, man. If you can get Deuteronomy, like.
Oh yeah, come.
28.
And this is going to prove that we're further the Jews, because it goes to say, right? Because when you read Deuteronomy, right, 1:1, he spake unto these words unto the children of Israel on the side of Jordan. He didn't speak to all nations, but I'm going to start from 28. So it says, right, Deuteronomy chapter 28, right? And I'm going to start from
verse 15.
Yeah, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field. So basically, when you look at our people from the Negroes all the way up to the North American Indians, to the Latin tribes and that, we're all in ghettos, man. That's what it means that we'll be cursed in the city.
Yes, that's
okay. So it says
they showed you that in that movie what's that new movie, Elysium?
Right.
Elysium.
I haven't seen that movie.
When you watch that movie, it shows all the Hispanics and blacks in the ghettos.
Yeah.
And showed all the Edomites, so-called white people, in our space, living nicely in our space. But all Israelites, the Negroes and Latinos, they were in the ghettos, man. They were basically cursed.
Yeah.
So they're showing you right there that Hollywood is showing you that we're the children of Israel.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're showing you, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's interesting you have read from that passage because that same passage talks about, and this is years ago, where it talks about because of us turning away from God, we were sent in bondage in Egypt. Well, Egypt is bondage. That's what I meant.
Hey, continue.
You know what? We're gonna get through that. So it says,
curses shall be in the city.
come. So it says, but it shall, curse shall that be in the city, and curse shall that be in the field.
Exactly, the field represents the whole world, man.
Yeah.
Because if you look on the sand, everyone looks down on us.
Yes.
The Chinese,
Yes.
the East Indians,
Yes.
they all look at us like we're nothing, like we're just troublemakers.
Yes.
That our women are all whores and all the men are all gangsters
Yes.
or thugs. You know, that's how we're being depicted on the media.
Yeah.
So, you know,
That's right.
so we're cursed in the city.
So it says,
And even
in the
further,
field.
it says, get Micah 7 and 17, man.
alright,
Because it says that our wife shall be a whore in the city.
yeah, we're gonna get into that. It's true.
You know?
Micah, yeah.
Micah 7 and...
Oh yeah, 10 in it. Yeah.
No. Is that Micah?
Yeah, 7, yeah.
Or is that Hosea? Yeah, that one.
Okay, it's Amos 7.
Yeah.
Right? So it says, it's 17 in it.
Yeah. Read that out.
Amos 7 and 17. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, thy wife shall be an harlot in the city.
Right, so we're cursed in the city.
Right.
So it says our wives will be whores, man. Our wives, who's our wife? The Israelite woman, the so-called black woman, and the so-called Latino woman. So our wives are whores, man. They go from one man to the next, and they have no shame. Some of them, they're in the porn industry. All right, they're on MTV base, shaking their booty. All right, shaking their tail feathers, so to speak. And they're whores, you know. So so continue with that. Read that again.
It says, therefore, thus saith the Lord, thy wife shall be an harlot in the city, and thy son and thy daughters shall fall by the sword.
Our sons and our daughters shall fall by the sword. What's the modern day sword? The lynching rope, the gun. All right. So we were slaughtered in America.
Yes.
So our sons and our daughters were slain by the sword. Go ahead.
And thy land shall be divided by line.
And our land shall be divided by land.
Yeah.
The land of Israel is divided, man, by land. You've got the Muslim quarter.
Yeah.
You've got the Christian quarter.
Yeah. And then
you've got the Jewish quarter.
Yeah.
Then you have the Armenian quarter.
Yeah.
You have the 4 quarters of the land of Israel.
Yeah.
So that right there, that's a beautiful verse, man.
It's prophecy. So it says, and thou shalt die in a polluted land. So isn't America a polluted land? Even this land as well. This is a polluted land, but it says that we shall die in a polluted land.
Come on.
You know, and that's why people are dying of heart attacks, AIDS, and so on and so forth. Because it's all dealing with these people ahead. So if the so-called Europeans over there in Israel, if they were the so-called Jews, then those prophecies will follow suit them as well.
Yeah.
So that's another thing that proves that they're not the Jews.
The so-called white man, his sons and his daughters are not falling by the sword.
No.
So we know that's not talking about them. So can we go back to Deuteronomy 28? You know, man.
Yeah, Deuteronomy chapter 28, right?
And 16.
So it says, curse shall that be in the city, and curse shall that be in the field.
Right, because no matter how hard Jake get in society, man, Esau wants you to bend over in order to get them privileges, man.
So who is Esau?
The so-called white man. He's the father figures of the Caucasian race
Is
today.
Esau the one who actually had his birthright stolen from him?
Yeah.
So Jacob, was he a good man or not?
No, Jacob, no, but you know what though? It was already set up by the spirit that Jacob was going to get the birthright anyway. You know, so, you know, they say he stole the birthright, whatever, but it was already predestined anyway.
Yes.
Because before they were born, it said 2 nations shall be of thy womb.
Yes.
And the elder shall serve the younger.
That's right.
So even before they were born, before Jacob took the birthright, it was already prophesied that the elder Esau was going to be servant to Jacob, man.
Yeah.
So no matter what Esau did, he was going to wind up serving Jacob anyway.